Open the Estacada City Council meeting. You'll please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I have roll call, City?
Counselor Hughes. Here. Counselor Lidkey.
Here.
Counselor McElroy.
Here.
Counselor Prokop. Here. Counselor Strobel.
Here.
Counselor Tenbush.
Here.
Mayor Drinkling.
Here. Thank you very much. We are at the first citizen and community group comment. And I have Wally Kanza up to bat first.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to speak a little off topic. I actually want to start with a question that I have for Mayor Drinkwine. It's in regards to a Facebook page and a comment that was made by one of the council people. I don't know if you remember this particular situation.
Now remind me.
I happen to bring a copy of that I sent to you if you want to.
Yes, sir.
In brief, what I was asking for was an apology from an individual on the council on comments that was made towards one of the citizens of our community. I felt it was very uncalled for. It was very shameful as far as I was concerned. I have yet to see any public apology or anything anywhere from anybody from the city government that an apology be made to this individual. Thank you.
I think you're the one that's going to address it.
So this comment was taken completely out of context. If you would have read the whole, it's been deleted, so his whole page got deleted, but if you would have seen the whole conversation, I'm not going to apologize for what I said. I'm sorry.
You have to write a speakerphone and get up there and speak up.
It was not. If you would have read the whole conversation, it had nothing to do with flag waving.
Do we have any other public comment?
I don't have any other public comment this time. I read over the comment. I don't agree with the comment. He's entitled to his apology, but I will apologize from my end of it as the mayor leading this council. So I will apologize for my part in this because I didn't do anything about it. I haven't said anything about it. That's his action to take. But I will apologize for him through me. And I don't know if you understand how that works, but since I'm in charge up here and it reflects on me the same. So I'm sorry on my part. Yeah. Okay, thank you. All right, I don't have any other comments in front of me. So I'm moving on to the consent agenda. You've all had a chance to read the consent agenda. Are there any questions on the consent agenda? Any clarifications? No?
I move to approve the consent agenda.
I got a motion on the floor. Can I get a second?
Second.
I have a first and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Okay, we are now at department and committee reports. We'll go to each commission. Does anybody have anything to add tonight from their commissions? It's first of the year. I know there's not many, but Charity.
I actually do from the school board, since they meet once a month. School board met actually almost a month ago. They meet again this week. So this was right before Christmas and was a really there was a lot of information presented at that school board meeting. So I'll just try to hit the highlights because there's a lot of information and so people can go back and watch the YouTube video on that. But I'll just, let me skip down to some highlights here. Counselor Strobel and I attended the Chamber of Commerce and a school board meeting that was together. And then we had the opportunity to visit some of the classrooms in the high school and just kind of see how the high schools, you know, some things have changed, how things are being facilitated, how the classrooms are being run. And there's opportunity to ask questions of the teachers and students. So that was kind of fun just to, I don't know, get back into a high school classroom again. It felt like forever. But I thought it was a really nice presentation and I'm really excited about the direction that our school is, you know, our school board staff really do have a great school district. They are looking into expanding a partnership with the Ant Farm. So with the growth at River Mill, it's going to push, they have an adult transition program that's in one of the little outbuildings there. They're looking at partnering up with Ant Farm and taking that program and moving it down here to the Ant Farm. So it's not a done deal. They're still working things out with that. And I think, I don't know, I personally think that would be kind of a good thing and make those students feel like, oh, now I don't have to go onto a grade school campus to finish out my education. Like they'll feel like adults and can wrap things up. And I think that will be a good thing for them, as well as get job experience. What is else here? Oh, so the issue or the topic came up with the childcare and the planning commission that was brought up at the last meeting. And the thing they were talking about, it was like a zoning issue deal. And that's what they wanted to explore because there are zoning issues that prohibit childcare facilities within the city limits. And so that's what they were looking to explore, and not that it was up to like council or anything like that to go into all that. So yeah, that was interesting. They brought that up and that's all I've got.
Okay, on another note, I was going to ask, did the chamber elect a new president? I hadn't heard.
Not there,
Okay.
not then,
Okay.
not that I know.
Mike and then Joel.
I was at the meeting for the traffic and public safety. Just want to recognize all the members of that committee. They do all their homework. Several of them are, spending time reading into 700-page packets for subdivisions and digging in and asking questions about that. And I thought that was, just really appreciate the time that they were spending and all the thought that they're putting into the process. A lot of the meeting was about the Main Street project, and we got to review some of the slides again and go over some of the information, and they presented their recommendations. That was a good portion of the meeting. And then they set their priorities for the next year, and they landed on the top priority being school zone crossings, identifying priority roads for improvement was the second item, but some of the other items that were mentioned were ADA access and safety, encouraging neighborhood watch programs, research traffic calming techniques. They were interested in getting, so they could get information out about the committee and some of the things they're working on, getting a Facebook page where they could present information to the public, and a place for them to place photos and videos and report about Main Street. Oh, they were looking for a page on the city website. Correct me if I'm right, Jim. About places to put photos and reports about the Main Street project on the city website as well. They were interested in that. I cover about all of it, Jim? Yeah, all right. That's about it.
Right, Joel?
Actually, I had a question for both of them, but mine's directed at Jerry. Did you get a chance to mention to them about I wanted to know if they're gonna do the buses in the road again thing next year or what that's.
I didn't hear anything about buses or that wasn't brought up.
Okay, I'm kind of curious if they're gonna do it, if we can find a way to help them plan for that better, because that gets really nasty at that time of day when they're trying to pick up and have the buses parked in the roads. So, and then I had a question about the public safety, but I forgot it.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody from the commissions, committees? Well, Jerry?
Yeah, The Arts Commission met, had a good discussion about the applicants. Starting to set their goals for the next year and planning for the next year. Same with DEI. DEI met today. Full crew, everybody showed, first time in a while. Good interaction, everybody's participating. Just goal setting, starting to set goal for the next year.
Okay, great. All right, I don't have anything from mine. Joel?
Or my question. Something that was mentioned in the Traffic and Public Safety Committee was question about the transportation reports. So I just want to clarify what I heard and get some clarification from city staff on this one. So the last transportation study that was done was in 2007, not counting the one in 2018 that was only for pedestrians and bicycles. Is that correct?
Not a transportation study necessarily, but the transportation system plan was fully done. I think it was 2007.
Okay.
Yes, now we're redoing that again.
And then 2018 was only bicycles and pedestrians.
Yep, that's
All right.
those two chapters.
And the reason I'm asking is because with all of the different subdivisions coming through, it was my understanding, I was kind of led to believe a little bit that the 2018 was a recent traffic system plan and that it's not 15 years old that we've been using to make decisions on these subdivisions and ask questions based upon. So I'm kind of curious, why that wasn't clarified. And if we can be sure to produce the full plan for 2007 to us, so we can look it over and be a lot more clear on what that system plan is, if we have to make any more decisions on a subdivision between now and when the next one's done, which is what, a year from now?
Yeah, the new one, the update will be done this fall. They're typically a 20-year, I think they're like a 20-year plan. So we're 15 years in, updating it again. Because depending on, if you're not experiencing growth or change, you probably could make it go 20 years, but we are experiencing a lot of growth and it is on the website if you want to review it. That's where the standards are set and like streets are categorized as a major collector, minor collector, and things like that. There has been multiple other traffic impact studies or traffic impact analysis done for the subdivisions that are coming on board. And so I can't speak to a lot of that. It's probably more for our our planners and community development department, but you can definitely, it's on the website and I can send you a link to
Yeah.
it.
No, is that the full 2007 study, the whole thing, or is that just a summarized version?
On the website, I
website.
believe it should be the whole thing. It's the whole
Okay.
thing. right?
Okay, if you could send the resource, I appreciate that.
Okay, yeah, I need to send that to the Traffic and Public Safety Committee too. I have a list of things I'm supposed to be sending out to them, so.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Okay, and I don't think there's any more reports. So Melanie, you're up to bat.
Okay, I just have one thing that I wanted to share tonight, and I got this nice little thank you card. And I didn't want to keep all the gratitude to myself, so it says, the members of Estacada Area Support Our Troops Foundation would like to thank you for the generous grant awarded by the city of Estacada. And this is referring to the community grants that you awarded last fall or I guess it was almost winter, but fall. As you know, it says we are supported 100% by donations and the city grant. In the last year, we received no donations. It has been 3 or 4 of us board members who have paid for the utilities. So we are very grateful for your generosity. Thank you again, Estacada Area Support Our Troops Foundation. So if anybody's looking for a good place to volunteer or support, that foundation could really use the support, and they do appreciate the assistance from the city for their nonprofit.
Is that all you have tonight?
That is all I
Okay,
have.
all
tonight.
right. We are now at council business. So we're at the elected council president part of this. So if I could have a nomination.
I move to nominate Charity Hughes for our council president.
Okay, any other nominations? Okay. All right, so we'll start with Charity Hughes. Do I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, I have a first and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Did that, how many? said
How many
aye?
was that? You want to raise your hands? If it was
Yeah. It's
all
kinda
the
hard for
eyes,
me to tell how many.
raise your right hand and Can you vote for yourself?
I don't know, like.
Okay,
Okay, so the motion passes.
yeah, motion passes. So I think we don't have to continue with the other one then.
Correct.
That's on the floor. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Paul, anyway.
Thank you. Thank you.
You did a
Happy to
great
have served
job.
the last
Yeah.
2 years and Sherry, I'm happy to pass it
Yeah.
along. Yes.
Pass the torch.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
I'll call you for pointers.
Okay,
Tips.
the other one is the Arts Commission appointments, and I'm happy to go with their recommendation on the
Okay.
Arts Commission. So if you want to recite the names, I don't know what the final three were.
I think there's a proposed
For now.
motion.
I move to appoint Maddie Miller to the Arts Commission with the term ending in 3/31/23, and Jesse Kerr and Vincent Summer with terms ending in 3/31/24.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a first and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Street closure process and revision. I'll hand that over to you, Melanie.
Okay.
Talk about that a little bit.
And this has come up over the past few months and was brought to the idea was brought to the council back in September. That in 2016, there was a process for street closure requests that was implemented at the specific direction of the council. So that's what we have been following, and it served its purpose. It seemed to work well, but it seems that it has, and that was for a twice a year deadline for groups to submit their application if the street closure was going to be in the downtown zone. And it was fine. It helped businesses plan, but it seems to be not as necessary anymore. And staff is requesting, and it seems like it would work. It would meet the need that is there if we could have the application deadline be 45 days prior to the event and that would match what is all the rest of the zones. If there's going to be a neighborhood party or something and a street and then neighborhood zone would be closed, that request would be due 45 days. And that allows time for in the downtown zone, for example, if buses need to be notified or getting notices out to affected business owners, that allows time to do that by the 30 days prior to the event. So that's the request, is just to move the application deadline to 45 days prior to the event, which would kind of repeal the previous process. So if you're amenable to that, if you want to discuss it, if you have a different timeline, I did put in the survey results that we did in the packet, and those are on the website, if anybody wanted to review those too. But based on that feedback and things we've heard from council recently, we'd like to request that. Is there any questions?
I don't think so. I think it's pretty self-evident. Do I have a consensus around? Do you need a vote on that?
Let's just do a motion to approve the reduced timeline. You want
I got it
You
here.
got it? Okay.
I move to approve a reduced timeline for permit applications for street closures in the downtown zone. Complete applications must be received 45 days prior to the event.
Second.
First and second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have the next citizen and community group comment. I don't have any apps in front of me, but if you'd like to speak, I'll wait for the app to come up. Anybody that wants to talk? I'm trying to give everybody a chance to vocalize what you got on your mind. So, all right, I'm gonna go on then. We are now at the mayor and council reports and comments. So I will start off with Jerry on this side tonight.
The urban renewal meeting, that conversation, I think we really went somewhere. We really got some, consensus among us. And that suggestion of turning the old Prokop property into a parking lot, I thought, as soon as it was said, that was genius. My eyes lit up and I just thought that was an amazing idea. And that accomplishes what one of our original goals is creating more parking in the downtown area. So that would accomplish that. And I really hope that works out. I want to thank you, city staff, for all the hard work always. You guys always put in all the extra effort and I appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming and thank all of you for coming. Had some good conversations tonight. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Heidi,
We've passed
you'd have to fill out a form. You want to fill one out, come up here to the mic.
We've passed the public comment time.
Uh,
however. No,
209,
Yeah,
I think,
I think it's
somewhere in
pretty
that
pricey.
ballpark was the area.
Okay. We are at the comments again. So Heidi, I'm gonna let you.
Well, thank you, everybody. You've been very welcoming. I really look forward to serving the city and all of our constituents. Thanks.
Well,
I just want to say welcome Heidi as well too, and just looking forward to this year. I think we've got a lot going on this year and looking forward to what we're going to accomplish as a council as well too. So thank you to the staff. Thank you for folks showing up as well too. Appreciate the input. Very important for us. And again, looking forward to the year.
Mike,
I just want to thank everyone that came out tonight and again, thank everyone that's on the different committees. The amount of time that all of them are putting in just to make the city better. I really appreciate it. Getting to spend some time in the committee and realizing how much time they're putting in. I just really want to recognize them. Thank you to the city staff for all the work you guys do to support us when we have questions and stuff like that. And thanks for everyone that came out.
I also want to thank the folks that put in our community members that put in their input as far as what they want to see with Main Street and the fact that the committee went ahead and listened to that and ran with that idea to bring the council something that we could all, I think, form a consensus on. That was, yeah, I really appreciate community members giving their input because if you don't tell us, we don't know. So, and thank you for showing up tonight. Really love seeing people out here and appreciate you, Melanie, calling me on Friday, or I called you. But going over the agenda every 2 weeks, that's always just so helpful. And I just appreciate that. So I look forward to this year and all the things that we're going to do. We've got a lot on our plate, but I think it's going to be a really good year. So I look forward to it.
Welcome. So to the council, it's hopefully it's a pleasant experience. But yeah, I'm really hoping for a much more pleasant year where we can discuss and despite if we have different opinions, we can be professional about that. I'm looking forward to that. And it was a very pleasant meeting tonight, and I really quite enjoyed it. And I think we got lots of questions out there and stuff taken care of, and I'm looking forward to what we have coming.
great, thank you. Again, I want to thank staff for everything they had to do. I know it's hard with us sometimes, but that's the way it works. We appreciate everything that you do, and we appreciate council for all making time in their busy schedule. I also want to thank my opponent out in the audience out there. I see her. She ran against me. She had some pretty high numbers, so I should be very scared. I'm glad to see her out there because now I think you're going to jump into this full bore, and next time you run, I'm probably dead in the water. So I just want to say I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And after that, have a great new year, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.